Coach from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the New York Giants. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. First down, Daniel. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Daniel. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got
nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Daniel now on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
3rd and long, it's Daniel. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit! No, check. Patriot!
Now Lawletta on 1st down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. The 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And the Colts getting ready to go. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Now it's Daniel. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
The first down throw for Daniel. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Daniel. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Daniel. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Ryan Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Barkley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
3-19.
On 1st down, it's Daniel. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd down, here's Daniel. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
And Daniel fakes the handoff. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now let's go. Ooh, landed.
They fake the give. Daniel trying to lay one up deep. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. And this is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. It's caught. Shepard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Lauletta now to throw it. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Daniel. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
New York set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On 2nd down, here's Lauletta. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And give him a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
From the red zone now, Lauletta. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit!
Now it's Lauletta. And Ingram holds it in. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. And another timeout taken by the Colts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. He's going to get it running right. And now running right through it. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Colts coming out now. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Lauletta after the interception. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Lauletta. Looking for his receiver. Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
After the interception, here's Daniel. He's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, 2nd half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
The Giants on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Lauletta. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. There goes Sterling Shepard. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, 76 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. A shotgun snap to Lauletta, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniel. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off play action. Daniel. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Daniel now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun. Daniel. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Green 39.
Off play action. Daniel. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47.
319.
They go play action with Daniel. Looking deep here for Ibra. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
3 down, 3 down. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Let's go. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
On 2nd and 10, Daniel. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Off the play fake, Daniel. And that's complete to Cooks. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Daniel now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Once again, Daniel. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 19.
Daniel looks to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Again, it's Barkley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Lauletta, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, Really well done.
They run again with Hines. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On 2nd down, here's Daniel. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out come the Giants. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Walletta now on 2nd. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Walletta. He finds Beckham complete. A gain of 32 that time.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Back to throw, Lauletta. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 29. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. Under pressure, and down goes Daniel. Mario Edwards in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
Green, 39.
Following the fumble recovery, Daniel. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Daniel. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Second and 10, Daniel again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And New York set to take the field. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
This is Barkley, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out, or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
No, check, Patriot!
Lauletta looking to throw on second down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Giants on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Lauletta. He's going to walk one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
No. Check. Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
On the run, it's Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Lauletta. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin the drive with Hines. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Hurry up, here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Daniel. Looking outside, and he's got a man. That's Doyle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Set.
Daniel now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This is Hines. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Here's Daniel finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now Daniel. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now it's Laletta. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gone, 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 gone.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all three incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. One last throw for Daniel. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Charles, we saw